What is going on, Clashers? It's your host, Galadon. Thank you guys for stopping by. We're talking about Builder Hall 6 and what really is starting to emerge as the meta in attacking. Now, the great thing about the whole Night Village is that it requires a diversity of attack strategies, but right here, Baby Mitch, baby dragons, minions, and witches, commonly referred to as Baby Mitch, is working really well, and here's why. As we freeze the frame, check it out. There is the battle machine pathing to the right, and it is drawing the attention of the multi-mortar and the roaster, the two worst enemies of the Night Witch. Now that he is successfully distracting them, he is tanking for the Night Witches. They can move in and start to take those structures down before he has to go face to face with the Crusher. So those are the keys to this attack. Don't let your Night Witches stack up on your battle machine, and getting at least the near Crusher down out of the way before the battle machine faces it. That is usually disaster if the battle machine has to go one-on-one with a full health Crusher. Now you see the dragons, the minions doing a great job from the upper left. He's kind of attacked from the far side of the air bombs as well. The battle machine lasted, but does eventually go down, but really he wasn't there to do damage. It was up to the minions, the bats, and the witches to do the majority of the damage to these structures. And as you can see right here at Builder Hall 6, this is almost always a win. A high 60s 2-star attack is usually good for a win if you've got a good base design. That's for a separate episode. We will talk about base designs that are constantly rotating. Let me tell you, there is no one winning base out there right now. Every single base that you make is going to get taken down one way or the other. And again, that's part of the beauty of the Builder's Village. So COC Master D with a great 80% 2-star. We're going to move on and look at some other Baby Mitch attacks. Now these go well, but I have to just tell you this, give you this caveat right here, and that is that most Baby Mitch attacks, unless you're really careful with the pathing like D was back in that last battle, you're going to have to deal with a lot of randomness. Okay, dropping the battle machine and the Night Witches down, sometimes you just have to hope, cross your fingers, that the two are not going to stand on top of each other. Now, you can control that a little bit with deployment. Here, what I'm doing is picking off those vulnerable outside structures first. Before I send in the rest of the attack, the battle machine is going to come from the far left. And the idea, again, is get that battle machine in there and let it draw the attention of the multi-mortar. So in go the first wave of bats, and if you'll notice, the first wave of bats approached the village before the minions went down, and that is because they're expendable. We would much rather lose a bunch of bats to the mines than the minions. So in goes the battle machine. He is going to go down, and that is difficult, but you'll notice the roaster is on the far side this time. And because of its limited range, we knew that the witches would be okay, although the multi-mortar is definitely going to work on those witches. Luckily, somehow they split up, and that's what I'm talking about. A little bit of randomness here. You'll notice the witches now working on the Builder's Hall, working on that gold storage, and the multi-mortar goes down. And that was key. The multi-mortar falls, and now we've got what we call a wall stall, okay? Now, we love wall stalls with the Night Witches, especially when they're out of range of any defenses. They take a while to work on the wall. In the meantime, they will continue to spew out that endless stream of bats. Finally, when she gets through the wall, check this out. She is just out of range of the roaster. Oh, so close. A moment there when you wonder whether or not the witch is going to survive. Sure enough, she is. That archer tower is set to short range as well. She is going to get the Builder Hall out of the way, and she's going to take down the Crusher. 77% right there. And I'll admit, a little bit of luck. So, COC Master D's attack at the beginning of this video, very well planned out. That was well thought out. The rest of the Baby Mitch attacks, maybe just not quite as proficient, but nonetheless, if you can figure out a way to keep your battle machine and your witches apart while the battle machine draws the attention of the multi-mortar, you're usually going to grab a 2-star on any base. Now, ideally, you want the witches in a different area than the battle machine, but you also usually need to use the battle machine to clear the area of mines. You've seen In the previous video about my troll mines, you do not want to lose all of your witches to a mine on the outside of the village. They are extremely high value. They are just so critical, and right here you can see as they are spewing those bats, in goes the battle machine. It does take down the near crusher. The bats, the minions on that builder hall, just about to take it down for a simultaneous 2-star. And check out that battle machine wrapping its way around the base counterclockwise, taking out structure after structure, and 2 of the witches are still up. And again, that is the key, keeping those witches alive. Sometimes just the delay in timing of dropping the witches behind the battle machine is enough to make sure they don't stack up on each other. And again, it's kind of a double whammy because you also have to get that battle machine to last. The longer he lasts, usually he's going to be the only tank that you have. In this attack, Dangerous Ground just brought minions and witches, no baby dragons, but it works out really well, and a relatively rare 3-star at Builder Hall 6. Again, these guys are in Night Mode Clash, the #1 Builder Hall clan in the world right now, and they're pushing for global leaderboard trophies with these attacks. Next up, we are going to take a look at an attack from Eric, and this one's significant because he's very carefully broken down this base and realized that he could take out just about a third of this entire base before he ever drops the battle machine and the night witches because of the placement and the setting of the archer towers. Notice how they're all towards the core of the base and they're all on short range. So on the top left of this village, there goes 18% right there. Not a single shot fired. Those minions are finally going to go down to the air bombs, but not before they've worked through that entire row of structures on the left and taken down the cannon right there on the far left of your screen. That minion going to move on and get the elixir collector out of the way next. 25% of this village is already down. And now on the right-hand side, more unprotected structures. The gold mine going down. You can see the minions have done their job on the left. Finally going to get targeted by some of those inner defenses. But now the right-hand side, a couple more minions. And again, patience is key, you guys. Always take out every possible structure you can before you get into the heart of your attack. If there's a free structure, you absolutely want to get it down. And there it is, 36%. Over a third of this village is down. Now Eric drops the battle machine. You can tell that the battle machine is going to path off to the left once the gold storage gold mine go down. So here come the witches in behind, the baby dragons and the minions. And watch the witches as they stall. They pause to generate those bats. That is also going to help the battle machine gain that distance away from the witches. Here they come. The battle machine well separated from the witches. The multi-mortar is down. Now the roaster, you see the crusher getting damaged by the minions, the baby dragons, and the bats. First crusher is down 71%. Just a matter of time before the units get in there and take down that builder hall. We've lost the battle machine, but we've definitely won this battle. There goes the roaster to the remaining witches on the right-hand side, and nothing left to stand in between the witches and the builder hall. So as the builder hall goes down for the 2nd star, 86% of this village is down. Super solid attack from Eric. The witches finally going to fall to the cannon, but not before Eric puts up a score that his opponent isn't possibly going to match. Well, he didn't this time anyway. It happens. But Eric, also a pretty solid base designer. All right, so we're getting back to where we started with COC Master D with another baby Mitch attack. And this time you'll notice the battle machine and the witches moving in pretty quickly. Again, if you take a look at the village, you will see, you know exactly where that battle machine is going to path. He knew it was going to head down the right-hand side, and it's going to gain that distance once again from the witches. That is absolutely critical because you can see the roaster right there. Getting dangerously close are the witches, but the battle machine continues to move ahead, grabs the attention of the roaster, the baby dragons, the minions, the witches doing a great job. This village quickly getting annihilated, 2nd star going down. The multi-mortar never really a factor right here, as it was always dropping those mortar balls on the battle machine. Even now, the witches are completely safe. Right there, turning the corner, the witches helping to take down the multi-mortar, 86%, and you know where this one's headed. This is an overwhelming 3-star victory right here for COC Master D, doing it one more time with what could be the new meta at Builder Hall 6, the Baby Mitch. Now, if you're still at Builder Hall 3, 4, or 5, there is still all sorts of things you can learn from attacks like this, picking off those outer structures, using units to tank, getting higher percentage attacks is going to get you more trophies and more loot. Thank you guys for being here all the way to the end. Make sure you turn on notifications, hit that subscribe button, have a fantastic day, and come back again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galley Dog, when I first heard you say Baby Mitch, I thought you said maybe